Welcome back, blade enthusiast. Today we're going to be looking at the Redblade-BK 1060 carbon steel katana. It's a full tang katana purchased from Amazon. I will start right out by saying that this blade is no longer for sale on Amazon. They discontinued it. I didn't realize that at the time when I purchased this sword. However, for the price, it's been a decent sword. The sword came well boxed. I came in 2 boxes. Came in the Amazon shipping box and also its own box. For the money on this sword, honestly, it's really tough to even buy like the bits and bobs for it for what I paid for this sword. I think I got it for $49.80, which I believe was half price because, like I said, I think they were trying to close them out and move on to another sword. They do have one now, but it's white, and I'm not sure, like I don't like using katanas or white katanas due to the fact that you're definitely going to get them dirty just from the residual oils and things on your hands. So that's one reason I didn't link to it or anything like that. I think they're $99 on Amazon right now, so if you look up Redblade-BK, that's kind of what you'll see is that sword instead of this one. However, sorry for struggling with this box so much. It looks like I need to go back to box opening school, but this one was taped up in a lot of different places with, invisible shipping tape, so I don't know if I just missed them or what, but I finally got it open. It was a struggle. But the blade's 1060 carbon steel. They're, the typical 41 inches overall in the side. It's got a 28-inch blade, 10.6-inch handle. The scabbard or the saya on this sword I do like a lot. It's got a nice paint job on it, with the enamel, and it actually has some glitter in it. You'll see it more here in the pictures, but this one came boxed well. It did have the protectors on the ends. Also come with a sword bag. This is one sword I'm definitely going to keep just for the price. Like I said, you can't even buy the bits and bobs for that. The handle did come shrink wrapped, the Edo. The blade came saran wrapped. Did have quite a bit of oil on it. There was a little bit of damage on this sword, and I'll show you later on in the pictures. But like I said, otherwise it's a good deal for $49. I mean, if you bought the saya, the Suba, and just the bits and bobs of it, you'd be well over that in price. It does have like this fake hamon on it. You see these on a lot of these swords. I'm not a fan. Sword was advertised as razor sharp, but it's far from that. It's hardly sharp at all. It does have some nice bits and bobs though. They are good to find, very well to find. I do like the battle wrap on these, the KATAMAKI wrap. The Suba has a really nice Suba on it. It's defined very well. I guess the only thing, is that the blade is really not sharp. That's probably like one of the biggest downfalls of this sword. I do like the bohie on it. It does have that, or the blood groove as everyone calls it. As you can see there at the saya, it looks good. No problems with it. It has like the sparkles in it. It's like glittery. You still leave the fingerprints on it though. It's kind of how those sayas are. Here on the Edo, it's not like super tight, but it's tighter than some. It's as tight as a mini katana for sure. I would probably put this sword in the realm of mini katana. To be honest with you, if you buy any of their swords, it's pretty much the same, the same basket. So, but everything was tight. Pommel was tight. All the fittings were tight. No hot spots on it whatsoever. Didn't have any kind of complaints. But it does kind of fall out of the sight here. That's one thing, you know. And like I said, I think there was some damage on the habaki of this sword, which I'll show you in the pictures coming up. But there's a gap in the habaki from the actual sword blade, and it looks like it'd been either crushed, you know, over, or somebody tried to just like beat it over, peen it over, or what. But as you can see here, I can just whip this out without even touching it, you know, just with the motion of it. But here's some of the damage. It did have a lot of scuffs around the habaki area. I don't know if you can see it real good on the camera pictures, but just take my word for it, it did. Here you can see that habaki is like one-sided, and the other side it has like a gap between it. Besides that, it was still super tight. Like I said, nothing rattled on it. You know, and did my usual beat test, shook the suba, you know, try to pry off the pommel. Couldn't get anything, you know, anything to happen with it. Habaki was tight, even though it did look like it was slightly damaged. Here's the truth of the razor sharpness coming up. As you can see here from some of my cutting, the sword is just definitely not sharp at all. Ran my finger across it, you know, trying to see like if there was anywhere it was sharp, and like I really get with it here on this second hit, and you can see me cut into it, but I don't know if I really cut into it or if I just like forced my way into it there, you know. So I did hit that pretty hard just to see what I could do. But I think maybe towards the tip it is maybe just a little bit sharp, but this sword is, you know, like I said, far from being razor sharp at all. So there, when I cut, I actually just cut down through the tape of and busted the top out of it. So I didn't even really cut it there, you know what I'm saying? So I wish the sword was sharper. That's something, you know, you can fix yourself. You can sharpen it yourself. So these are marketed as a functional, you know, blade that you can practice with, but to me it's more of a decorative piece at this sharpness. Would I purchase it at $49.80? Definitely. Just try to keep your eye on these Amazon swords. They go on sale a lot. But appreciate you guys watching. See you next week.